everybody today. This is Michelle from the Real Talk. So, this week I want to talk to you about something that's exciting for me. And it is my ninth year anniversary on October 28th. I've been a director of nursing at the facility that I'm at, the community I'm at, for 9 years on October 28th. So, I want to talk a little bit about consistency and how to become a consistent director of nursing. 9 years is my longest stretch as being a director of nursing. Now, I've been working as a director of nursing almost 2 decades, almost 20 years. But in one particular community, it has been 9 years on October 28th. That is not normal. I'm the abnormal. So I'm an abnormal about a lot of different things. Um, but it's possible. So last year I did a whole YouTube series about my years when I was in 8 years. But today I just want to have one. We just want to talk just shortly about the consistency of being director of nursing, because a lot of directors of nurses aren't even staying in a job for a year, and it's because lack of support, lack of confidence, lack of structure. Um, some of the organizations are not giving them realistic goals that they can meet without giving them support. And we're put in positions that we are not ready for because we don't get leadership training. We don't understand how to build our teams correctly and sustainably. And we focus on things that they're very, very important. But if you can't start with letter D, if you haven't started with A. So we don't focus on things that need to be in the foundation to work our way up. We have a tendency to start from the top and try to work our way backwards. And it doesn't work like that, being a director of nursing. Not at all. So, I had the privilege, because when I went into this position, I had already had experience at another facility and had experience being a director of nursing. A lot of directors and nurses are just not giving the tools that they need to be successful in their role. And I was thankful when I came to this facility, I was experienced. It was still a struggle when I first started because I came from a for-profit organization to a non-profit organization. And if you've worked in long-term care, for-profits and non-profits they're totally different. Their organizational setup, their organizational visions are totally different. So it was a big adjustment for me. But I was able to adjust because I had systems I had used in a prior position. But I think in this 9 years I've grown more than I've ever grown in my DON career. I was able to get my master's degree while I was an acting director of nursing in this 9 years. I was able to make it through COVID. Uh, and kudos to all of us who made it through COVID without leaving the actual workforce. But I also was open to learning how to communicate differently and learning how to build the teams differently. And those are things that I'm teaching and helping directors and nurses. Those are things directors and nurses come to me to learn. And I want you to realize these are things that's going to be taught amongst more than that in our DON success retreat, empowerment retreat in April of 2027. That's a time where we're going to get together in person here in Pittsburgh to be able to learn strategic thinking as a director of nursing, discover your purpose, be able to build sustainable teams, put sustainable systems together, and also learn how you can utilize artificial intelligence and keeping that human intelligence and have better patient satisfaction, team satisfaction, and also be better at your regulations. So, because I have that consistency, because I've been a director of nursing for 20 years, that's why I want to continue to grow, continue to pour into other directors of nurses, and why I created the DON Success Empowerment Retreat. Being a consistent director of nursing is not easy. It wasn't an easy 9 years. I had some struggles. I'm not going to sit here and not tell you the truth. I had struggles. I had some ups and downs. I had times that I think I didn't have confidence in myself, didn't think I could do it. But I've accomplished it. And accomplished it because I had to change my mindset. I had to change the way I communicated. I had to look at things differently. And sometimes I had to step back and let somebody else lead. And that doesn't make me weak. That makes me strong because leaders empower their team. And most of you want to be leaders. But right now, you're put in a role without that education and that development and that nurture to just manage crisis. Well, you can't continue to sustain your career if you're putting fires out constantly and not knowing how to be more proactive instead of reactive. And those are things that you learn in our community, the DON Success community, and you're especially going to learn it in our DON Success Empowerment Retreat because you're going to be there. Why wouldn't you be there? This is especially for directors and nurses. This is something different for directors and nurses. It's not just about, oh, you're going to learn the latest regs. You're going to learn so much more. You're going to learn how to be a confident, strong, emotional, strong, and strategic leader that you will carry yourself as the CEO of your nursing department. And those are things that I had to put into myself to last this 9 years. I know there's some directors and nurses that have been in their facilities about the same time as I have. There's not a lot. I'm going to be honest, there's not a lot. But I want to let my new directors and nurses, my directors and nurses, my ADONs, my supervisors that's looking to take these positions, it is attainable. It is attainable because, one, you need a mentor. That's the first thing. You need somebody that you can lean on to pop questions on, and somebody to kind of show you the rope, give you the roadmap of how to do things. That's the one of the first ones. In the beginning of my career, I did not have a mentor. I ended up getting a mentor in the middle of my career, and I learned so much from him that it stuck with me. And I was able to carry all the things I learned from him to be able to be more successful. And then I started having mentors just for me as an individual that helped me become a better director of nursing. But our mentorship is helping you learn a role as a director of nursing, learn mindset, learn strategic thinking, learning regulations, learning how to put programs and systems together, how to build your team, how to have those difficult conversations, and most of all, how to protect you, protect your peace, protect your license, protect your legacy in a way that you can still be successful in your role, but not give all and not lose yourself. And that is what I've been able to do in the last 9 years. I didn't lose myself. There were times I did. My first director of nursing job, I was inexperienced. I was a nurse. I had the clinical aspect, but I was inexperienced. But having a clinical aspect from being a nurse on the floor and clinically being an administrative role are two different things. And I want to give you an example. My first director of nursing, now only nurses will understand this. My first director of nursing job, I worked on the floor, obviously, as an RN. I was so experienced with TPNs. TPNs. If you're a nurse, you know what a TPN is. It's total parental nutrition. So I was experienced with it. I knew what to do, knew how to hang, I knew how to add the additives, add the vitamins, all that. But I didn't understand the operational side behind it. I didn't understand the cost of it. I didn't understand how it hits our bottom line financially. I didn't understand that this resident may be on a TPN, and yes, they need that TPN, but also they are making, we're only getting $250 a day for this resident, and the TPN alone, that one bag is $2,500. How we're going to be upside down. I didn't understand that. And that's something you don't understand as a floor nurse, but you're expected to understand the financial aspect of it as a director of nursing. But who teaches it to you? You know, there's some jobs I didn't have to touch. I didn't have to touch budgets at all. Never ever. This particular organization, I have to. I have to do budgets every season. Now, the budgets isn't simple. It's not extremely difficult because I have a really a company that gives us some guidance. But a lot of you are put in those situations, and if you're not expected to do the budget, you're still expected to balance it with staffing. You're still expected to learn how much are you spending a month on agency? How many FTEs you have? That could be a totally another training. And I think that is going to be a training we're going to talk about, of how to set up your FTEs and all that. But those are things I had to learn. And I wasn't taught it. But I came from a company that was. But you might not have a company that nurtures you like that. That's why you need somebody to help you. You need a mentor. You have been watching the videos. You've been watching from the background. I see this lady on YouTube a lot. I see her on Facebook. What is she talking about? Is she going to be around? I've been around. I've been consistent. I've been around. The DON Success community has been around. We hit our year anniversary in July. We are consistent. I am passionate about helping directors and nurses, helping them from an individual level and helping them from an organizational level. Because there are going to be times I'm going to have to go into organizations to help train you and your team. And those are things that are opening up for the DON Success community. But coming to the DON Success Empowerment Retreat is strictly for directors and nurses. I have not, and I'm not excluding any particular person, but it's based for directors and nurses. It's time that we do something just for them, that they can have a place to be vulnerable, they can have a place to learn, they can have a place to network, and they can have a place to relax and recharge and regroup and go back stronger than they ever were. So, the wait list is obviously open. Tickets will be coming out very, very soon. But the wait list is open. You want to get on a wait list because the individuals get on a wait list get special. They get first access to tickets when they open. Plus, if you get your ticket and you've been on a wait list, you get some bonuses. So get on that wait list. Come and learn how to be a consistent director of nursing. Come and learn how I made it 9 years. Like, I'm so ecstatic to be able to show that to you. I'm so happy that there's directors and nurses who want to be consistent, because you do want to you didn't take the job because you didn't want it, but you just feel like you're drowning. But the help is there. You got to be able to just reach out, and life jackets here, and come and get the help that you need. Get your mentorship. Get in a community. Come and ask the questions. Because you ask for help does not make you weak. That makes you strong, because you want to be better for yourself. You want to be better for your family, because when I say you want to be better for your family, is because this is a job. It is a career that is financially helping your family. So you want to be better for your family. You want to be better for yourself. You want to be better for your residents and your team and your organization. And you can be. I've done it. I have done it. I started out as a director of nursing 20 years ago as a single mother raising 2 children. And I'm still standing. I was able to raise my 2 children. Did I have the ups and the downs? 100%. But I was able to raise my 2 children, get 2 degrees, my bachelor's degree and my master's degree, multitudes of certifications, start a business, have have married and have a sustainable, wonderful marriage for the last 8 years in that aspect of being a director of nursing in the last 20 years. And I've had great surveys and I've had bad surveys. I had great surveys where there was barely no plan of corrections, and I had surveys when I had G level tags. I've had it. I have seen the bad. I always say I've seen the good, the ugly, and the bad of long-term care. I have seen the good, the bad, and ugly of being a director of nursing. So why wouldn't you want a mentor that is like that? Because I'm going to be very transparent with you. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm going to tell you, listen, this is going to work and this might not work. We're doing workshops in organizations now. We're coming to the organizations to help the directors of nurses to do those workshops so your team can even see how we're going to get you good. And it helps your administrator to see how you can work better with them and the other team members. Because you're not just the director of nursing. You're the CEO of the biggest department in the organization. They're called skilled nursing facilities. They're called long-term care nursing facilities. They are called nursing homes. You need nursing staff for them to run effectively. Whether you have PCAs, CNAs, LPNs, RNs, MedTech, it all falls under nursing. And we need to make sure that the head of that department is confident, has the support that they need, get the work-life balance that they need so they can be consistent. I made it 9 years. I've been consistent. I've been consistent in my role. If I've been consistent as being a director of nursing for 9 years in one facility and being a director of nursing for almost 20 years, why wouldn't I be consistent for you? Come join us in our DLN Success community. Come and get on that wait list for the DLN Success Empowerment Retreat. This is a time for you to truly come meet me in person. I want to meet you in person. It's going to be an intimate retreat. We are not going to have 1,000 people. It's not going to be 100 people. 45 people, that's it. I want 45 directors and nurses in the room that I can make sure that you get that transformational, that transformation that you truly need to go back to your buildings and help and change the narrative. And this is just going to be the first of many. So I want to thank you for spending my 9-year anniversary week with me. I want to welcome you to come to our empowerment retreat. I want to welcome you to come into our whole community so you can truly get the transformation that you need. Have a great day. This is Michelle Carter from the Real Talk for DLNs. And do not forget that every glass is half full, never half empty. Have a great day.